when going to get a service done, such as going to a mechanic to get your car fixed, or going to the dentist to get your get a tooth filled, you expect that whoever is doing the service is doing it with sincerity and wholeheartedly. And personally, anyone who says, I'm only in this for the money, such as Han Solo once said, I can't trust. And when it comes to going to a doctor, you would hope that they're doing it wholeheartedly and sincerely because you want to get the correct medicine or get diagnosed correctly. You wouldn't want to go in for a cold and come out having to take all these antibiotics that you don't need or that you're allergic to, just because you're trying to get in patients and get them out and get their money and their insurance and get them all through. Also, if you're going to the mechanic, you're expecting that your car is going to come out almost good as new as possible, because you don't want to go in there and drop a couple $100s just to have to come back in about a week or two because it left you on the side of the road. Also, just so that they can get their customers in and out and so they can make their money. Or even if you're going to go see a production, you would hope that the actor, or if you're going to a play, they're doing it with their heart and not necessarily just for the money, because I believe that it wouldn't work if you're just going in for the money. Because in the first place, if you're going to become an actor, you can't just say, I'm here to act, I'm ready, give me my money, let's go. No, you would have to put in some heart, some soul to actually become a good actor. So for anyone who says, I'm only in this for the money, I can't say that it's the way that's going to get you through.
You just have been to the hall for 5 minutes. Allowing the trip with the whole speech for the whole show, right? Can't just keep saying so with everything I say. Doesn't help her. Are you sure you all said that we're doing something good? Savannah and Cody said there's no practice. Did we mess up at all by the new cards? Defense switching. It was just a good game.
Well, I like the visualization that you have at the beginning, but it doesn't. It's not until you actually get into the speech that I realized that that's actually also the preview that you've got in the speech. So that felt a little bit awkward. I do think that you have a pretty clear theme and point of view on this, and I like the way that you approach that. So I thought that that was a good interpretation there. Your supporting points, you've got particular examples that you're talking about. Like I said, I thought you were using them in the attention device, but it turned out to be the preview of the speech. You're talking about your doctor and the mechanic, and then later on like a performance sort of thing. So there is some structure to the speech. The topics, I think, need to, the material on the individual points need to develop a little bit more, because it basically just sounds like you're saying the same thing each time, and you don't have any details, you don't have any examples. It's sort of hypothetical. Where's one of those performances that you've watched that has been mechanical, for instance? If you can think about it, having just reviewed all of these James Bond films, for instance, I can pick out the ones where Sean Connery was clearly just showing up for the money versus the ones where he was actually trying to create a character. You know, you can see that sometimes in a performance, and that's what you need, is you need some illustration like that. And I know that things will occur to you afterwards. You know, you're probably already thinking of something that would fit in there. So that would make it a little bit more detailed, a little bit more interesting, also give you a chance to relax and talk to us a little bit more rather than just focusing on the fact that you're giving a speech. I did think that it was a little odd the way you hold the topic. It's like you're holding it like a choir book. You know, you've got it in your two hands, you know, with your thumbs there, and that takes you out for the first minute of the speech. That's the way you're holding the topic, and it's only about halfway through that you kind of relax a little bit and start talking to us, and you're not focusing on the piece of paper in your hand. I thought your facial expressions were fine. The audience contact was well distributed. It did feel a little bit like your body was kind of swinging back and forth a little more often than it should have been. That probably was a little anxiety. That and your hands. There's some places where you're kind of twisting your ring or pulling your fingers and that kind of thing, and that's where your anxiety seems to be coming out. I thought that you had a nice summary, and it's always good to just come back and say, the point I'm trying to make is don't trust somebody who's just there for the money. That was very clear. All right.